A long time ago, in a peaceful village, there lived a man named Mohan. Despite being a kind hearted and hardworking person, he was burdened with an unfair reputation. The villagers believed that seeing his face early in the morning was a sign of bad luck. If anyone happened to see him at dawn, they feared the entire day would go wrong. Over time, this superstition became so deeply rooted that people avoided him entirely. If someone faced any trouble, whether it was a business loss, an accident, or a failed crop, they would blame Mohan. I saw Mohan this morning, and now this misfortune has come upon me. They would complain. Because of this, Mohan was treated as an outcast. No one wanted to talk to him. Shopkeepers refused to sell him goods, and children were warned to stay away. Some villagers even demanded that he be expelled from the village. The issue soon reached the king of that region. The villagers approached the royal court and pleaded with him, "Your Majesty, there is a man in our village who brings misfortune to everyone who sees him in the morning. Because of him, our people are suffering. We request you to remove him from our village for good." The king, being a wise ruler, listened carefully. He was not one to believe in superstition without proof. How can merely seeing a person's face determine one's fate? He thought. Instead of making an immediate decision, he chose to investigate. "Bring this man to my palace," the king ordered. When Mohan arrived at the palace, he was nervous. He bowed respectfully before the king, wondering what fate awaited him. The king observed him and saw nothing unusual, just an ordinary man with an innocent face. Then the king said, "Tomorrow morning I will see your face first thing after waking up. If my day turns out bad, we shall see whether you are truly unlucky." Mohan had no choice but to agree. The next morning, as planned, the king woke up and immediately called for Mohan. The guards brought him to the king's chamber. The king looked at Mohan's face, nodded and sent him away. Then he went about his day as usual. But soon a series of unexpected problems arose. The royal chef suddenly fell ill, and no one else knew how to prepare the king's favorite breakfast. The kitchen ran out of essential ingredients, and the supplies from another town were delayed due to heavy rains. The palace staff, caught up in other urgent matters, forgot to serve him food. By evening, the king was exhausted, sad, and extremely hungry. His stomach growled and he became angrier by the moment. Is it possible that the villagers were right? He wondered. Did seeing Mohan's face really bring me bad luck? His patience ran out. "This man is a curse," he declared. "Execute him immediately." The royal guards grabbed Mohan and began taking him to the execution site. However, just as the execution was about to take place, the king's vice minister arrived there. Seeing the commotion, he immediately sensed something was wrong. He approached the king and asked, "Your Majesty, why have you ordered this man's execution?" The king replied, "Because of him, I did not get food today. I saw his face in the morning and my entire day went wrong." The minister smiled and said calmly, "Your Majesty, have you considered this man? Mohan also saw your face first thing in the morning. While you merely missed a meal, he is about to lose his life. Now tell me, who is more unlucky?" The king became speechless upon hearing this. The minister continued, "No person's face brings misfortune. It is our thinking that shapes our reality. If we think negatively, we will always see bad in others. But if we think positively, we will find goodness everywhere." At that moment, realization dawned upon the king. He understood his mistake and immediately he ordered the execution to be stopped and set Mohan free. After being released, Mohan stood before the king with tears of relief in his eyes. The king, now deeply ashamed, turned to his people and said, "My dear subjects, we were all blinded by superstition. Mohan is not unlucky. It was our thinking that was flawed. If we continue to blame others for our hardships, we will always remain trapped in ignorance." The villagers, realizing their mistake, and apologized to Mohan. From that day forward, they stopped believing in such a blind superstition. Over time, the village became a better place, free from irrational fears. This story teaches that we should always maintain a positive mindset. If we think negatively, our perception of others will also become negative. Negative thoughts harm our thinking and make us view others in a negative light. On the other hand, if we think positively, we will see goodness in everyone around us. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, hit like button, and for more such stories, subscribe to our channel. Thank you and stay positive.